the door should not be closed on this potentially happening. I sound crazy, right? No, because if you watch LeBron James throughout his career and gotten to know how he operates, you would know that this is not unfamiliar territory for him. This man will get out when he feels like getting out. Why hasn't he signed the extension with the Lakers? He hasn't signed it yet. He has an opt out in his deal. He could become a free agent this summer. Why hasn't he signed to stay with the Lakers if he's so committed? He said he's committed to stay with the Lakers. So why haven't you signed your extension? I remember going back to Cleveland. He never signed his extension after that 2010 loss to Boston with KG and Paul Pierce. He was out of there. The decision. That's when it happened. I want to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat. Everyone remembers that. And then when Miami lost again in 2014 to the Spurs, there was rumors that LeBron was leaving again. D Wade, Pat Riley had no idea that he was actually going to do it. But I knew he was going to leave because he, again, did not sign the extension, sent little cryptic hints about going back to Cleveland, going home and all that stuff. Boom, he goes back to Cleveland. Somehow gets a championship, although I will forever say that was the stimulus package and the NBA did Cleveland a favor because Cleveland has been in turmoil for centuries. They thought, you know what, let's do Cleveland a favor. And I'm always going to feel that way. No one's going to change my mind about that. So leaves Cleveland after they start to suck. Shows up to the Lakers. The Lakers are barely hanging on by a thread trying to make the playoffs with Anthony Davis as his teammate. This roster is not working for them. And I think the Lakers tried to do something at the trade deadline, but the problem is their roster is so bad and that they don't have the assets to really do anything. They don't want to give up Austin Reeves. They obviously don't want to give up Anthony Davis, not trading LeBron. So it's like, what do you really have to offer in a trade for a team that wants that player? They really had nothing. Don't have any draft picks to give. So it's like they're stuck. They're technically stuck. So now if you're LeBron, you see what's going on here. You see how the season is weighing. You're 39 years old, and they're still asking you to be the best player on the team. And he's been phenomenal. 21 years in the league. Looks like he's still running around like he's freaking 25, 26 years old. Doesn't make any sense. But he should not be asked to do as much as he's been asked to do with this team. The reins should have been turned over to Anthony Davis and the other guys on his team. He should not be asked to score 25 a game, which is, look, he's doing it. I got nothing to say about it. He's doing it. It's amazing. But he's still 39, man. I bet if anyone sits down and has a real conversation with him, he'll probably tell you, I would bet he would tell you, bro, I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to run my body into the ground and then I have a catastrophic injury like Kobe Bryant did with his Achilles. Another aging superstar who tried to defy Father Time, and it caught up with him, running his body into the ground, and the Achilles blew out, and he was never the same. LeBron doesn't want to go through that. I could bet on that. This Lakers team is not good right now. Yeah, they can sneak into the playoffs, possibly like getting in through the play-in, but if I'm being a realistic Lakers fan, there's no shot in hell that they're going back to the Western Conference Finals and making that run that they did last season after the trade deadline. That's not something that you can rely on every year. You start out slow, and then by the All-Star break, you're barely hanging on by a thread. And you think you're going to go through the Phoenix Suns, the Denver Nuggets, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Minnesota Timberwolves, who surprisingly have continued to hang on to those top spots. I didn't even get into the LA Clippers, who are a much better team than the Lakers. You really think that the Lakers, with this team, the way that they've been playing, are really going to go through all those teams to get to the NBA Finals? There's no way. LeBron has to be Superman again at age 39. Anthony Davis has to do a lot as well, but with this Western Conference, and I even talk about the Dallas Mavericks, we got to keep an eye on the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are playing spectacular basketball right now. They did a great job at the trade deadline picking up Daniel Gafford to really help them anchor that defense, which is something they struggled in. I think Gafford really is going to be a sneaky good deal that they made during the trade deadline as we get into the playoffs. That's a lot of teams. That's a lot of threats that can take them out. And honestly, the last thing that the Lakers have to hold on to possibly appease LeBron with this team is his son playing at USC. They there are reports are already starting to swirl that the Lakers are going to do their best to go after Bronny James and bring him in like the next season. And that might be the only, honestly, I'm at the point where I think that might be the only reason that LeBron stays in LA is because Bronny comes to the Lakers somehow. If Bronny gets drafted by another team, it wouldn't shock me at all if LeBron found a way to force himself out and get to whatever team Bronny's on, so you can have one season with him. And I don't blame him. You've won 4 championships. You've cemented yourself as one of the greatest players of all time. Why not play one season with your son and then hang it up? Instead of killing yourself with this team that has championship expectations. It's the Lakers. You're going to have championship expectations every single year. That's the way it works around there. This team is not going anywhere. They might make the playoffs. They might even win a playoff series. But if you're telling me that this Lakers team, the way that they are right now, even though they've been playing great as of late, they've won 5 of their last 6 going into the All-Star break, it's hard for me to have confidence in that. I would have to see a major overhaul change of what they've been doing in the second half of the season to make me even think that they can do something. But right now, this team is not doing that. And they got a lot of things to fix. They got to build on what they're doing right now. But defensively, things have to change. Shooting wise, things have to change because they're not one of the better 3-point shooting teams in the NBA. And in this NBA, you have to be good at shooting threes, or you will not be that successful. And other guys are going to have to step up to take the pressure off of LeBron and AD if they want to be seriously taken as contenders. I have a hard time doing that right now.